Okay, so hola, here we are, and we're going to start with página 5 del paquete de apuntes. Vamos a hablar de los verbos irregulares en el pretérito. The first thing you need to know, una cosa importante, es que no usamos acentos con los verbos irregulares en el pretérito. We do not use accents whatsoever with the regular verbs in the preterite. We're going to start off with a review of two of the most commonly used verbs in Spanish, ser to be and ir to go. And of course, they mean different things, but they have the same conjugation in the preterite, which means that you're going to have to look for context clues. In other words, what are the words around them to see whether something means I went, for example, or I was. So ser and ir, fui, fuiste, fue, fuimos, fuisteis, y fueron, those are your conjugations. Be aware as well, of course, there are no accents here. Now, one of the things that isn't always taught about verbos irregulares en el pretérito is that a lot of them actually share some things in common. If you look at the text box on the left-hand side of the bottom of página 5, you'll note that there's a list of irregular verbs and stems. So the stem, the way we put it here, is the raíces, the roots or the stem, the first part of the verb. And then on the right-hand side, you have a small chart with terminaciones irregulares, so a group of irregular endings. So all of the verbs on the left-hand side share the same endings. Comparten means to share, they share. They share the endings on the right-hand side. So just to make sure we have some things in order here, we have andar, your irregular stem is anduv, it means andar is to walk. Estar, estuv, estar is to be. Poder, pud, poder is to be able to. Poner, pus, poner is to put or to place. Querer, quis, querer is to want. Saber, soup. Saber generally means to know. However, en el pretérito, in the preterite, it means to find out. Tener, tuv, tener to have. Venir, vin, venir is to come. And hacer, hacer is to make or to do. And please note the little asterisk, because the el usted form of hacer is more irregular than the rest of the verb. It's hizo, H-I-Z-O. So all of these verbs on the left-hand side share the same endings that are on the right-hand side. And the endings they share are e, iste, o, imos, istes, ieron. What you're going to do now is go to the top of página 6, pause the video, and you want to pick 3 of the irregular verbs that are listed at the bottom of página 5 and conjugate them below. You need to have me check your work when you're finished to make sure that you're on the right track and that you have accurate information. Once you're set with that, you're free to move on and finish the video. We've got tres verbos más en total, 3 more verbs in total. 2 of them here, we have decir and traer, and these 2 are together because you'll notice they both have J's in their endings. Now, these are not the only 2 verbs that have J's in the ending, but they are 2 of the more commonly used ones that we're going to see. So we have decir, to say or to tell, dije, dijiste, dijo, dijimos, dijistes, dijeron, D-I-J-E-R-O-N. Be especially careful with the I's and the J's in this one because, of course, there are a lot of them. If you want me to take a look and make sure that you've got accurate information, please let me know. Traer, to bring. Traje, trajiste, trajo. Trajimos, trajistes, trajeron. And finally, we have dar, which means to give. Di, diste, dio. Dimos, distes, and dieron. You'll notice that with the exception of the first letter, dar is identical to the conjugation of ver. The only irregular thing about ver, which is an ER verb, is that it doesn't have any accents. Dar is considered completely irregular because it uses the ER-IR endings. Have me check all your work when you're done as well so you can receive full credit. Y gracias.